making deposits into a reservoir of meaning. Everyone's trying to make sense of it all and for life to have some meaning. Welcome to another episode of Clarified Moments, where we hope to bring another level of clarity to your perspective, to your view, to your world. Deep within everyone, there's this desire to make life matter and to matter to life, to make a difference, right? So that's part of the reason why I believe there's such a strong political divide right now, because ideally, most people just want to live well, be well, and finish well, right? So that's what this is all about. I mean, there's an underlying spiritual aspect of it, you know, some wickedness associated with it, but at the core of humanity, everyone just want to live well, finish well, and be well. So that's what we have in common. So on the eve of this election, well, some people have already decided that the election will either equate to the skies falling or utopia, depending on what perspective you have, depending on your position. By the way, check out my last video on how your position decides your side and how your side definitively declares your position. But people have already equated, again, this election to voting or dying. I mean, I think that's part of the cliche, vote or die. Or maybe that was the last election. But I think this election is vote like your life depends on it, because it does, quote unquote. So it's already, as always, one extreme to the next. They're usually playing up these two extremes based off who's in power. But I have to constantly remind myself, and my advice to others is to do the same. Remind yourself. And although, let me say this before I continue, I'm not playing down the importance of voting. It's important to vote, but it's even more important to have discernment about who to vote for, and to include and seek God's will, way, and purpose in your decision making. Which brings me back to my original point. I have to remind myself that who is actually in power, who reigns high and sees low. So no matter who becomes president tomorrow or whenever they finish the vote count, remember that there is a president over all of this. There's a president over the universe. And remember this too. We are the president of creating and establishing meaning in our own lives. We're the president of establishing and creating the life that brings us the most value and provides opportunity. This is the most important. Provides opportunity for others to do the same. I can look at it from a gloom and doom perspective, or I can look at it as an opportunity to reach my highest growth potential. It's up to me, which is the mindset we should have regardless. Look, when I got separated and ultimately divorced back in 2014, and I barely seldom talk about this, but I think it's important for me to be a little transparent here so I can give you a certain perspective. I wasn't interested in reaching my highest growth potential at that time. I wasn't by any means, I didn't think it was by any means possible for me to do it. As a matter of fact, all I could focus on at the time was I had reached the all-time low. I was presently operating in the lowest part of my life. And then, as usual, as we have a tendency to do, I started grabbing and reaching for meaning. Most of us do this in a time of crisis. If we're smart, if we want to try to survive, it was just enough to curb my appetite to commit suicide. I'm just being honest with you. I mean, my sons, my beautiful daughters, my mother, my sister, my career, my profession, none of this had any meaning at the time. Then I realized that the meaning of life I was ultimately in control of. which can be an asset to some and a detriment to others. I mean, it just depends on the person. So how you use this innate ability that every human being has is ultimately up to you. You can feel sorry for yourself. You can blame others. You can blame the government. You can live in bitterness. You can hate your dad, your mother, all this stuff with this meaning-making skill that we all have, or you can develop it. You can use this skill set to pull the most value and provide the most value out of every situation. So what does this mean as far as the election goes, or as far as tomorrow goes? No matter what happens tomorrow, no matter what happens, make sure you are the president of your own perspective. Make sure which you are. Make sure that no matter what happens, be a student, not a follower. Design your own potential, your own growth potential. Design your own personal life and don't allow life circumstances to cloud your lens that you're seeing things through. That's what I did, to shape the lens that you're seeing things through, to shape that lens, and you shape that lens and make sure it lines up with or doesn't jeopardize your core design. You were designed in the excellency of God's glory. That's your core design. And you can't allow circumstances or anyone or anything to jeopardize that view or that perspective. These are some of those clear conscious thoughts that I held on to during that cloudy time of my life. And I hope this encourages someone. The way you look at things change when you change the way you look at things. Nothing changed until I changed. My external circumstances didn't change until I changed from within. I'm 100% responsible for the lens I'm seeing things through. You're 100% responsible. No one else is responsible for how you see things. In the end, everything will be okay. If it's not okay yet, then it's not the end yet. The Apostle Paul said that I myself have not apprehended this one thing I do, forgetting those things that are in the past and pressing towards those things that lie ahead. You got to have a healthy optimism. I don't know who am I speaking to or what I'm speaking against. Health issues, finances, a sense of hopelessness, which I believe is what's driving some of this behavior in the streets. Anger, resentment, a lack of sense of belonging, not leveraging your purpose, whatever it is that's causing you not to respect or develop your design potential, that's causing you to see through a cloudy lens. Folks, remember, you're the president of your design destiny. Someone needs to hear that today. You're the president of your design destiny. No one can design that for you. I understand that God has a purpose for everyone. I already know that He's designed your destiny, but there's a part of that you're responsible for, that God is not going to do until you become a part of the process, until you jump in the game of life, the life that He's already designed for you, but He needs your participation. So again, guys, hopefully this brought a level of perspective, a level of clarity to your perspective, to your view and to your world. Comment in the comment section below, guys. Let me know what you think about the video. Are you the president of your design destiny? Give me a thumbs up below. If you're the president of your design destiny, give me a thumbs up below. And pass this on. Share this video. Don't forget the comment, the share, like, subscribe. I need some subscribers, y'all. Subscribe to the channel so you can be the first to know when I put out a video. But I believe that these videos are bringing and adding value to people's life. And if you believe it's doing the same, if you're getting some value out of this, then share it. Tell others about it. Encourage them to subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sharing. I'm thanking you in advance. Thank you for commenting below. You guys take care.